This is actually, oh, okay, this went live as it is. All right, so it is what it is. So we're doing this today. So happy September, everybody. I'm probably not going to be able to see your comments because I am here with my phone up pretty high. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome to September. We're going to do some readings for September. Now, I was going to start somewhere. Here we go. We're going to start with the Grand Lux Tarot. And we're just going to start with some September messages for us. Okay, so here we go. Getting going here. Thank you to all who are coming in, because I won't be able to see your comments. But we're going to get started for September. So what we're going to do is just a general overview. I'm going to use my Lenormand cards and also some Nostradamus. We may even have a look at the Russian Lenormand as well. So thank you so much for being here. I've just made a huge video for patrons, so look out for that, patrons. It's coming up. Okay, so September 2022. What does this mean for us? Well, it's a 9, which means we're finishing some things off, ready to start new energy, new vibration, new people. So I'm going to get some cards going. Again, thank you if you're coming in and commenting. I appreciate you. I just can't see your comments. This was not supposed to be live, but I'm just going with it. I was pre-recording this. All right. So let me get some cards out for September messages. Okay. Appreciate you all for coming in. And then we're going to build off of this as well. So what's coming in? Okay, so the first sign here is the 3 of coins. And so what this brings for you is that your hard work is actually rewarded. There are some things that are going to really dramatically change in your life. And your focus seems to have changed the most. Your focus seems to have changed the most. Now you're going to be creating this month and letting go of a lot of other situations that were behind you. You have a lot of skills. Okay, that's the truth here, is that you have a lot of skills. You actually know what you want to do. It's just been a little bit hard for you to actually orchestrate it. But the energy here is that with careful planning, okay, and by trusting in your abilities and skills, things start to really, really shift. We are going to notice a lot of changes this month. And as this reading unfolds with all the cards and things, we're going to start seeing what's happening. So I'm not ignoring anyone. I just really can't see your comments. I've got this right up high, my recording thing. So I just appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much. Okay, so keep on focusing on where you're going. It's going to be different to where you've been, obviously. Things are going to start really changing. So the 4 of Swords comes up with this as well. So this is really indicating also that for some of you, there's been an actual situation that has caused you to really pull back and reevaluate your energy as well. Like really, really take some time to rest. I'm going to try to lift this up a little more. There we go. Really, really taking some time to rest and some time out from your everyday, because remember, this card is like a focus card. So we're focusing our way forward now. We're doing things differently. We're not allowing the past to define us. And some other people may not understand that. Right? When you're going through this journey, people don't really understand why you need to pull back, why you need to change things. They think everything was great just the way that it was. And, you know, situations didn't need changing. But you know that in order to reach your goals, you're going to have some quiet time here. So this is what this is indicating. Forward movement and also pulling back from your normal routine or what everybody expects of you, right? And this leads you to a place where you're finally able to accept different offers and different things that are coming forth for you. It's like the time has come where you're really tired of being dissatisfied with life, and you're really tired of having the same old situations occur, and you're wanting things to be a little bit different for yourself. So with the Four of Cups, there is this feeling of dissatisfaction. You're not happy with how something is right now, but that offers are also coming forth to help you as well. Okay, so we're going to get some more information about this. Okay. So what's going to happen because of this? Okay, so what's happening because of the hard work, the pulling back from people, taking time to adjust? You boldly continue to go forward. Like, you are amazing at what you're doing. Your emotions and your creative vibration and your strength and everything is coming to the fore. Like, people need to see this side of you. People need to see that you are no fool, and you are not going to be waiting around for others to recognize or understand you. You're going to be doing things anyway. For some of you, travel for September because of the Chariot coming out, and we'll have a look at some of the Lenormand cards and things like that as well. But this particular card is sort of focusing. The vibration here is, you can see those horses are wild, right? They are really, really powerful, and this indicates your powerful urgency to want to get away from particular situations that have been holding you back, and that this also shows your freedom in the choices that you've made. What else comes? See, the Knight of Swords indicates the fast movement. You can feel that there is something happening. You're feeling that there's something changing, right? And you know that you are supported in your forward movement by spirit. You don't need anybody to say it's okay, you're allowed to do that. You are already guided. You are already going to take charge of a situation, perhaps that nobody expected you to take charge of. All right, and what does this bring? It brings the money coming in. It brings your financial security, because you've let go of that sensation that you're never going to have enough. Like, you've been working on letting go of your lack mentality, right? Some of you have had many, many different past lives where you might have been very, very wealthy. So you may have decided in this life that you're going to work really hard for everything that you gain. And that may have been harder than you thought to articulate. But this is saying that you're going to feel relieved very, very soon at the change in your circumstances. And this change has come because of your decision to have a new life. Your decision to break free of anything that was keeping you in a place of boredom, or keeping you a place where you feel dissatisfied or stressed out. And you're able to bring your vibration close to you now. No one's going to take it away. What else can we get from this? So what I'm getting about September, just by looking at these cards, is enough is enough. That's what I'm getting. That you're feeling enough is enough. You're sick of all the traumas. You're sick of the way people are treating you because they're expecting you to react in a certain way and all this game playing. You're sick of the circumstances being always where you have to go without, where you have to put yourself last. And you're not doing this anymore, all right? Or at least it's in your best interest to focus on what you really want and focus on yourself. We are moving into some pretty interesting times in this world, of course, as well. And we have already been through an awful lot as well. We've been through so many different things that we are ready now to get towards the end of this year, get things happening, get things moving, allow the help to come in, say yes when people are offering to help you, and opening yourself up to those dreams and goals and wishes that you had as a child. You know, some things that you wanted to do. Some of you may have already done the things that you wanted to do. I remember thinking to myself as a kid, I just want to be a mum. And my mum's like, oh no, you're going to be a lawyer. You're going to... And of course, I never did anything she told me I had to do anyway. So, but yeah, some things that I wanted to do as a kid. Sports, I've already done that. You know, dancing and singing, well, that's coming. It's in progress. Playing music, you know, having that around me. And, you know, in my later life, I just wanted to help people to help themselves. And this is where I am now. So for some of you, you're actually starting to put yourself in a higher position than anyone has ever put you in. And that is exactly what you need to do. Okay, just a final card for this message here. Aha! Okay, so I laugh because, look, it's all about the underdogs winning, right? Everything that we're doing is about the underdogs finally being the ones who are on top of these situations. Justice is obviously a legal term, okay? But it can mean fairness and balance just in your everyday life, right? Some of you may actually having, you know, there may be contracts, there may be inheritances, there may be houses that you need to sort out. There may be people who are trying to take the law into their own hands, and, you know, people who seem to get away with it as well. But with a karmic energy, nobody escapes that. They think they've gotten away with things for a really long time, but everything is coming very closely into a powerful energy of dynamic, right? Dynamic change, okay? That you have done these things, you have set this intention. You want your September to just, you know, this is the start of the month, it's the first of the month. You don't want it to be tainted with the feelings of all the other months and all the stresses and things. You want this brand new beginning. And, you know, we are being very, very supported right now. I also said, like, I did a Patreon reading for my patrons. So they get a separate reading as well as a Zoom call with me soon. And I was telling them, you know, we've come into this position in our life where people are always expecting us to behave a certain way or do as we're told. And, you know, we have done that throughout our life. And now we're ready for our turn, right? And I really feel what continually comes up in collective readings, etc., is that all of you are going through a turning point in your blueprint of life. This is the big turning point where everything begins to change. There can be no hoping for it. There can be no, I really hope that happens. I wish, I want that to happen, but all of that has to change. The turning point is here. The changes are here. Justice is fair, but it's also can be pretty ruthless, right? So, you know, sometimes we can feel like things are going in a certain way, and then it all changes and we don't know why, and then suddenly we figure out why. Okay. Some people believe that you're going to always be easy to manipulate, and I'm just getting the feeling like that can't happen anymore. Like, people are finding their voice now. I'm going to get a final card for us from this deck. Yep, see? Now, if you see how this has got the scales as well, right? So if you have been in a position where something has been kept from you, or you've been waiting on a result, or you've been trying to get a job, or you've been trying to change your career, or someone has been taking money from you, or stealing, or not telling the truth. It's almost like you don't even have to do anything, and those people, places and circumstances, it's all going to be found out. And I really feel this overturning energy. All right, so I'm going to say that the word for September 2022 is an overturning. An overturning of decisions, an overturning of energy, an overturning of emotions, and rewards for your past efforts, for your past merits. This is going to be kind of interesting because those people who have been deceiving, and that's also on a larger scale, it's overturned. Things are changing. I really feel that a lot of you have dropped your past timeline and almost dissolved it as well, so that you can move forward fearlessly. Wow. And so for some of you with the Six of Coins, it indicates generosity coming towards you, but also that you're gaining something that you thought was lost, that you're receiving something that you thought was long gone. And maybe even for some of you, there's money that comes unexpectedly into your bank account, like you're not expecting to ever get this money back, or it's not even something that's on your mind or that you could even think of, but it's going to come in somehow. Okay, we're going to do some other cards and things too. And I just want to say once again, I appreciate if you're coming in. I can't see your comments. This was actually supposed to be a premiere, but I must have hit the public button, but here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an overview. Okay, we just had those cards come out. So now I'm asking the cards to give me an overview. And if you would like to be a part of my tarot classes, they're going to start October, November this year. And it'll be a course that you can do in your own time and study whenever you want to. But let me know, because I have so much to teach with regards to cards and things too. So I'm asking for an overview. Overview. There it is. I told you. See? Yep. Okay, so the overview reveals that the money is coming to you, the new position, the new job, the new person, the new life that you're looking for, the new direction. As much as the world is trying to keep us all in fear, we're still receiving. Why? Because the light's already won. So you're going to start seeing things overturned. Overturned. There was actually a law in California today that was this law was going to take away parental rights at the school, and it got overturned today. I just heard it just before I got on here. So the parents will always have the rights over the kids and what's going on at school, which is a great win, right? But there's more than this happening behind the scenes. we have to focus on the golden, abundant phase of our life, right? We have to focus on, if you're focusing on how, when, where, who, if you're focusing on that, you're missing the point. Because the universe has the ability to move mountains. And I remember hearing that particular message extremely, extremely clearly when I was going through a very, very tough time. Right back in 2003, I remember the day I was watering my roses in my front yard. And I used to take my washing machine water. I'm telling you, get washing machine water. Fill buckets up from your washing machine. Just empty the hose into the bucket instead of down the sink or wherever you put it. And take that soapy water out to your roses. They will go bananas and you'll get rid of the aphids and stuff. Anyway, I'm doing my roses. And I'm like, why is this situation, like the situation I was in was pretty bad. And I'm like, why is this happening to me? I'm like, I'm sick of you, universe. You don't listen to me. You're not listening to what's happening with me. I'm hurting here. This is going on. And I clearly heard, you doubt the universe's ability to move mountains? And I was like, whoa, okay. All right. You've got this. So anyway, that's the sort of message that's coming. I mean, this is going to be huge, momentous. The ones who are staying on track, you are all not giving in to the BS. You're not giving in to other people's opinions, comparing yourself. You are striving forward one day at a time, one step at a time. You are receiving the gold, okay? And that can mean a win for you, a new opportunity for you, money for you, abundance of time, abundance of people, the right help coming forward, and you've just got to say, okay, thank you for taking care of it. The Six of Swords is our overview. This is exactly what we've just learnt in all of the cards. The Six of Swords is a family traveling away from turbulent times. And you can see 6 swords in the water here. The people, from what I can see, don't really seem to notice the swords in the water because they're leaving the chaos behind them. And they're moving forward once again, ready to embark on their brand new life, right? Ready for this forward movement. Let me go back a little bit, right? And bringing themselves into a much more peaceful existence. Why? Because the swords, as we see that both of the swords here, are focused on your thoughts. So whatever they've been thinking about, they have brought about in their life. The Queen of Swords can be very sharp in her tongue. She thinks she's, because the Queen of Swords is like an air sign, female, right? Sometimes they think they're clever and they think they're getting away with something. But on the other side of that coin, okay, is the ability to communicate and to communicate really, really well. And that's what's being given to you here, is you're borrowing Queen of Swords as one of your guides, let's just say, guiding you to cut all of the BS out of your life. Stand up for yourself, regardless of who you lose in that process. I know that that's really hard. Like, we don't want to upset people. We don't want people mad with us. We like people to like us. I mean, who doesn't, right? So it's inevitable in life that you're not going to be able to keep everybody happy. And it's kind of crazy that we think we can, right? We think we really can. And that everyone will be cool. And this is saying you don't need everybody to support you, right? You really don't need everybody to support you. You need to understand that you're already supported. That's what you need to understand. So overturning is the word. Things being overturned in your favor, right? For September 2022. So today's the first. We would really like to see this come up as the first of the month as well. And it is Virgo season. So this is really awesome. I've got some other cards I'm going to do as well. But let's see if this theme continues. Moving away, new beginnings, the past clearing, seeing yourself in a different way, speaking about your life differently, trusting that you are supported and guided and all of those things. And remembering who you really are, because that's what we're here to do, remember. We're not here to learn, we're here to remember. We're not here to learn abilities, to remember them, that we have them. I have people that say they don't have abilities and they wish they did, and that is a load of crap. All of you have abilities, and you've got to accept that first. Accept that as who you are. And then they start coming forward. Okay? Okay, we're going to do some other cards, so let's keep going. We're also going to look quite deeply at the Nostradamus cards, but I'm going to do the Russian cards. I just want to say hi again to everybody. Sorry I can't see your comments, but thank you for coming in. I hope you will enjoy the messages. Okay, so these cards are called the Tarot Grand Lux, and they're absolutely stunning. These are part of my favorite decks. And if you have some decks that you really like, let me know. And I will do my best to get them. My friend got me this deck for my birthday, the Akashic Tarot. And we'll have a little bit of a look at that as well. Obviously, I love cards. I love books. Any of those things are fine. All right, let me find these cards. Okay. All right. So these are called the Russian Gypsy fortune telling cards. And we're doing this in a very simple way right now. Usually you would, if you wanted to do a big reading for someone, and I can do these for you, if you wanted a personal reading, that'd actually probably be better. And you would set out five of these cards next to each other, 5, and then in 5 rows. And then you would be like, let's just say, I don't know. So then these two might be together, let's say. And you'd be trying, you'd move this around until you found a match. And unfortunately, on these cards, they don't match, right? So then you would just take the messages that are in here. So today, I'm asking for September. I'm going to do the Gong Hee Fot Choi separately on its own video. So this is a collective. You have to take what resonates, okay? But overturning, I love that word. Okay, this one definitely wants to come out. So I'm just going to get 2 of these cards out for this because it will give us 8 messages. For everyone who's listening. And I find my stuff usually on eBay. So, as well. All right, a little bit different. These ones, a little more to the point because they're very much like Lenormand cards. Okay. So I don't think we have any matches here. No. So we're just going to take them for the 4 messages here and the 4 messages here. Okay. So I have my own book here that I'm going to get the message. So we're going to start this way. I like to go around. 8 of... Oh, just the 8. I'm so used to saying 8 of something. 8. And see, I don't know if you can tell, but the arrow is going across this way. And this is actually coming up as the hearse. And this comes up in the 2nd position. Yep, 2nd position. And the arrow goes across this way. So it means a loss of condition, although only temporary. Okay, so this is a feeling of helplessness and not knowing what to do. Maybe you've been feeling this way. An emotional upheaval has left you temporarily, My chair's doing its thing. Temporarily unstable, off of balance. Okay. The emotional upheaval, may be brought about by a death in the family, a loss of a job, finding out your spouse is unfaithful, children rebelling, or not knowing what to do next in your life. Okay. The positive aspect of the card is it tells you this is a temporary state. At the situation carefully, you'll realize that it is not of your doing. You can't change it, but can only endure it. All of us have had difficult situations thrust upon us at some times in our life. And if you can regard the situation as temporary, you can live through it with a minimum of damage to your health and emotional well-being, right? So that was where we've been at, okay? Many of us have been having so many losses and so much news coming forth with other people, so many situations that are finishing, ending, and it can leave you feeling really confused. So remember that it's only temporary. When something is going on like that, there's usually a bigger blessing at hand. Something different. Getting this. All right, so then we're going to go to the next one. And this is number 38, and the arrow is pointing down. Remember, this is an overview for September. I'll be doing more individualized readings as we go along. 38, and the arrow is pointing down. A soft feminine hand will support you in time. If you've been watching my videos, you will know that often I've been talking about a feminine influence. This has actually been coming about this entire year, okay? This entire year, there's been this feminine help available. So this is feminine hand will support you. This comes up quite often when we're having difficulties. We just talked about it, right? The helping hand usually belongs to someone who is close to you, but sometimes it can belong to someone you don't expect at all. Even a stranger who is there when you need them. For example, you may be going through a difficult time in your life and be too embarrassed to talk to anyone close, when a social acquaintance may sense your hurt and give you the support that you need. Or it may be that a family member who you're not even close to will come to your aid during a family crisis. How's that? Someone you weren't expecting coming forth to help you. I definitely know it wouldn't be my family, but still. Hey, there could be long lost family members out there that get a hold of you. Somehow these people know that you need help and they are there. Unquestioning and uncritical. So you know that you have support. So even if things are difficult, you've got support. And you can use this person's strength to get you through any difficulties. Okay, overturning, remember? Then we have 15, and the arrow is going this way. So there's 4 different possible meanings depending on where the arrow falls. Isn't that cool? Your efforts will bear fruit. That is the meaning. Your efforts will bear fruit with the bear. Actually, when my husband was driving home from band practice yesterday, a big black bear was right in front of him. He had to he slowed down so he could take photos. I'm like, a bear crossed your path. Okay, there's a message. Again, like the bear, you must work and exert effort in obtaining what you desire. A bear cannot afford to stay put and expect to survive. It must go looking for food. In the same way, you must seek your fortune and exert extra effort. We laugh at the image of a bear out on a limb, its face covered with bees. yet its paw reaching for the beehive that contains the nectar of the gods, honey. The bear knows that the reward is worth the effort. So it is for you. If you want something, you can get it, but it does require extra effort on your part. And again, putting your thoughts and emotions together as well. The reward is that you will get what you are working towards. See? The reward for your efforts might not appear immediately. For example, raising kids is an effort that goes on for a long time. We often forget how long we've been doing it. Parenting is also made difficult by all the pressures that are put on children, advertising, TV, peers. How can you serve them hot oatmeal for breakfast when every other kid in the world is eating sugar loops or some other latest concoction? So this picture advises you to follow your instincts, regardless of the objections. The reward will be that your children will grow up to be healthy and well-adjusted individuals, and your effort will be rewarded. May not come exactly when you want it to, but whatever you're working towards it's bearing fruit. And the last one on this particular card is 32 down. Okay. 32 down. Although your life is uneventful right now, you have happiness nevertheless. Okay. So, this picture tells you to smell the roses, enjoy the life that you are leading at the moment, because it is happiness. We're constantly inundated with information about the lives of the rich and famous, and our own surroundings pale in comparison. However, there is more to happiness than fancy clothes and cars. Nature, family, satisfying work, love and health are all things that make for happiness. So take a closer look at what you have and enjoy it to the utmost. And this always allows more to come in, right? Peace doesn't last forever, so take the time to relish it. The Russian proverb reminds you, what we have, we don't treasure. Having lost it, we cry. So don't waste your time wishing for things you don't have. Rather, enjoy your peaceful happiness. And this will bring things that you desire and things by surprise. And because this is also the moon, it's also focusing on our intuition. We know that things are going to happen, and they're going to happen rapidly. And it's hard when you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for something to change, right? It's coming. I know that sucks to hear that, but we're doing the right things. And we can make it come quickly by focusing our energy on what we wish and not on how it's going to happen, and feel it within you right now. As the universe says, it's already yours. It's already yours. Keep that as your motto. Okay, so the next one is down here. We're going to do this one first. 44 across. And it says, beware of fire, you'll burn your wings. Okay. Hang on. Here, the picture refers to the Greek myth of Icarus. His father made them wings of feathers and wax to escape imprisonment. Against the advice of his father, Icarus flew too close to the sun. The heat melted his wings, and he plunged into the sea and he drowned. So Icarus let pride, vanity, and ambition surpass his judgment and others' advice. So this picture warns you of a destructive nature, fire, and your own passions if left unchecked. That's this card here. The picture may be telling you that your ambitions are lofty at this time. Perhaps you have an inflated view of yourself. Don't operate beyond your capabilities right now. If you're seeking a job, it may be a good idea at this time to settle for something that's not quite what you want. Otherwise, you may end up with no job at all. So take something that comes forth right now, even if it's not what you want to do, and then know that this is going to lead you into the right direction. The picture also tells you, if that doesn't make any sense, to control your passions. If you get involved with someone you shouldn't be involved with, you'll burn your wings. Your marriage will suffer. There'll be a public scandal or something like that will result. So if you let your passions in other areas get out of control, you'll likewise suffer. So Vincent van Gogh, one of the greatest artists, painted with passionate zeal, yet his uncontrolled passion led to his cutting off his own ear and later to his mental illness and untimely death. So thus, when this picture comes up, be very careful of the passion that possesses you. Make sure you're not losing your temper, in other words, right? Asking yourself if it's worth it, to get all heated about something or to let something go. And then we have the pig here, which is 45, and the position is upwards. So we'll take a look at that. So yeah, you can get so much in this, but you got to remember that it's quite an old book and it's quite an old divination system. So this talks about overindulgences. If you have diabetes, ulcers, heart trouble, cancer, arthritis, gallstones, or any other ailment that's affected by diet, you need to be careful with the food intake. So for me, I'm a vegan, of course, but if I have something with gluten, or it's mainly gluten actually, like non-gluten-free bread or something, for example, it really bothers me. And if I've had something that's had dairy in it after all these years, and I haven't known that it's in it, I will sneeze, and in the morning I will sneeze and be all congested. It just takes a little bit because I've been a vegan since 2007, a really long time. So it bothers me if there's something in it that I wasn't told. So being careful with our food intake, even if you don't suffer from any ailment, you want to be careful with food and drink right now. Perhaps you're eating too much junk. Maybe you start eating more healthy foods. Maybe this is just reminding you something that you already know, right? Okay. So this is talking about food improvement. Okay. Then we have 34, and it's going this way. So I'm doing the top one now. All right. All right, so this one says, something is going to be exposed. Okay. All right, so someone who's being cunning. So you only need to worry if you've been the one doing something underhanded or illegal. If not, you don't have anything to worry about. But most of us plan projects that we're afraid to talk about because people might laugh at us or talk us out of our plans. So these plans need to be kept personal till the right time, right? The owl can refer to these plans, telling you that it's time to make public your plans, okay? So if you're hiding anything, bring it out to the surface, right? If not, if you really do have some amazing plans, bring them out as well. So this picture indicates that there's an element to your plans. Are you doing something that's underhanded? Are you doing something that might hurt someone else or something to protect yourself? Sometimes at work there are people who are self-centered. Unless we look after our own interests, we're left with all the unwanted chores and jobs. So since this picture tells you that your energy might be exposed, make sure that you do not appear in a bad light. As long as you haven't done anything intentionally to hurt someone else, you don't need to be overly apologetic or even act guilty. So maybe this is something that you're letting go of as well. Sometimes by talking about your feelings, you can take the sting out of things. Just remember that everything you do can come to light. So make sure you're honest in all of your actions. Okay? And the last one, oops, just a sec. Okay, the last one is the, number 1 down. I thought it was 7 for a minute. And just welcome everybody. I can't see your comments and I just want to make sure that you are okay. Have a seat. Make sure you got something to eat. Cup of tea or something. Okay, so this one down is the Cavalier. And this is always bringing news. And in this case, this is pleasant news. Okay, it's going to be positive. This is a good time to seek advice or favors from those higher up than you, as they're going to be inclined to help you right now. So this is good. So this wasn't... So the general meaning is someone who has the power of information. Thus, the news you're going to be receiving may be official or gossip relating to inside information that the Cavalier has. Usually it will be an actual speaking communication. So this picture can indicate the answer to questions that you have asked. For example, if you've applied for a job, the picture can tell you if you will hear positive news. And this is what you hear. You're going to hear pleasant news. You may hear that you've been placed on a waiting list, which might be disappointing news, yet the outcome will still be positive. So for us, because the arrow is facing down, it was in the position of pleasant news. Okay? So we basically got some things that are underhanded around us. And again, it's showing the overturning, the exposure of these things, being careful that you're really listening to your intuition about what you're eating. 9 out of 10 times a person's health, of course, is directly related to what they're eating, and then also the emotions, right? And it's not to say, like, I don't care if someone eats a big old steak every day, that does not bother me. My kids still eat meat and all that. I don't force anything like that. But I do suggest, if you do want to open up your abilities, going from someone, I used to eat meat, to not, and dairy and all that sort of stuff, there is a big difference in both. Now, when I started my journey, I was eating meat like everybody else, so I'm not saying you won't have abilities, but I did find that when I stopped all of that and I finally cleared myself out, it took a little while to clear all the toxins out of your body. It took a long time, but I noticed I could tune in much quicker and stronger. So sometimes, and also I didn't have any health problems since I stopped eating meat and dairy. So, I was always going to hospital with some exploratory surgery because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with my stomach or my ovaries or this or that or the other, So, yeah, it really does make a difference, but that's up to you. Okay, so we had a quick look at those now. And don't forget, you can find me at TikTok, all social media, BDevine, Divine Miracles. And one of my TikTok videos has just gone ballistic over the last 5-6 days. And it has over, I don't even know right now. I'll have a look right now, but it had so many views, it's not even funny. It's just blowing my mind. Let's see where it's at right now. Done. Okay. Done. All right. So, oh my Lord. Okay. So one of my videos that I put up like 5 days ago. Oh my God. 118.6K. This morning it was at 95K. Okay. I've been doing this online for so many years. 5 days and this happened. And it was just a little message, a 1-minute video. And 118.6k is still going up. I love that. Finally, you know. Okay. All right. Let's do, before I get started with the Lenormand and all that, I'm going to do a couple of messages from the Akashic Tarot, a little bit different than regular tarot, and very different actually. Okay, so I used these, like I did a 12, all the signs of the zodiac. I do those on Patreon now. Okay, so the patron get that as an extra part of their $5 a month, and they also get to do a Zoom call with me, which is fun. So I used these for the signs of the zodiac, which was awesome. It was so different. The readings are so different with these cards. So what does everybody need to hear? We already know the theme of this month. So many things happening. So we got this one. The Buddha prepares. The King of Roses. Oh, look at these colors. I actually saw these colors towels at the shop today. Oh my God, again. Oh, wow. So our base chakra and our solar plexus chakra here. And it looks like we've got all the colors really. The orange of the navel, the green of the heart, the blue of the throat, white of the crown. Now where's the third eye? Here. Oh my God, we've got all the chakras here in the Akashic Tarot. So see, these are a little bit different. So we're still figuring them out. And thank you once again to Desiree for these for my birthday. So this is number 13 again, 13 and 3. Here we go. So the Buddha is here meditating. The hills in the background are dotted with other people meditating and patiently waiting for him to speak. But he won't move a muscle till he's ready. What does that tell you? So this shows a time of inner preparation before action. Before you can reach outside yourself, you must reach within to find your power, your purpose, and your direction. So this period of time may feel a little like waiting, and it appears so in your exterior life because some points of action seem to be at a standstill. Really though, you're just taking the time that you require to prepare and to truly step into your power. Don't be in a hurry. The time to act is coming, and when it's here, your strength will be absolute. So feel the peace and easy understanding that there is a time to every purpose under heaven. Feel your own sense of purpose stirring softly within you. Soon you'll be ready to serve. All information is already within us. I don't know, many years ago, I called a psychic. I used to call them psychics. Oh my God, when I was going through so much with my youngest son, I just wanted to, so I'd call 3. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'd call 3 to see if they said the same thing, or at least 2 out of 3 said the same thing, right? And then I would make a move, right? Oh my God, I don't know if anyone else even done that. And each time, every single one of them would say something different. So I'd be confused even more, right? And I remember one time I called and this person said to me, well, you already know the answers. And I said, well, I'm paying you to give me the answers. So how about it? Right? I was really stroppy because I didn't want to hear that I had the answer, because I knew I did feel an answer inside, like with all of my being, and I didn't want that to be the answer. You know, I would confuse myself with reading for myself. I would pull out 1,000 cards. I would ask 1,000 people. And the truth was, you know, what I thought it was. When someone used to say to me, you have it within you, I used to get really annoyed about that, because I'd be like, where's this information that I have within me? You know? And I guess I was thinking it was going to be some big old, I don't know, voice or something, or someone standing in front of me saying, you shall listen. This is what's going to happen in the future, right? And tell me all. Right? And it just never was that way, right? It never was that way. But what I learned about myself was, in those times, now, if I followed my intuition, I was always on point. If I wavered from that, and I knew I should have been doing something or saying something, I got in trouble. Like some BS happened or whatever. So I guess what this sort of message is reminding me of is that inner stillness, right? That inner peace. And we're always in a hurry for the next adventure to start in our life, or we're in a hurry for the trouble to end, or we're in a hurry for the kids to grow up, or we're in a hurry for the weekend to come, you know, for the next time we're going to do something fun, when we can decide that every single day. We can decide how our day is going to be, right? Every single day. And we can't do that if our mind is always consumed with questions, you know, with sensitivities, with, did this person really mean that when they said this? And it actually had nothing to do with you. You know, like, I used to get myself really hurt by other people's opinions all of the time. It was very hard not to, in the older days when I was younger and my kids were younger and stuff, I was very like quiet and sort of did as I was told, I guess you could say, in some senses. And I didn't know how to stand up for myself very well. I wanted to, and that would drive me crazy, that I wanted to, and I just couldn't. And then I'd be frustrated with myself, like, why couldn't I just say what I really wanted to say? And, you know, knock that person out because I really wanted to, or whatever it was, you know. It was like, why couldn't I just felt gutless. I felt gutless, and I felt like I was living a life that I was supposed to be living because I made my bed and now I have to lie in it kind of situation. It's very, very different. There's a couple of people that know me from way back in time, and they just, you know, they just think I was funny and, you know, nice and fun to be around and all that sort of stuff. But I often think, do they think, wow, she was silly doing that, and she should have gone a long time ago, or whatever. So, you know, looking back on things, we can look back as much as we like. We're really not going in that direction unless we really want to go back to some old stuff. You know, what we have to do is learn from our past, you know, learn all of those little things that happened, learn our reactions to them, learn why we felt shy, why we couldn't speak up, or maybe we spoke up too much, or whatever it is for you. Learn why you felt always that the world was on your shoulders and that your life was so much harder than anybody else's, right? And learn from this in the stillness, because we are preparing for some big events coming up, events that we don't even know about, right? And things are about to change. Now, we're going to move on to the King of Roses. Again, I haven't seen this card before. This is a new deck. So we'll see what this is all about. I appreciate you guys coming in, if you're commenting and stuff. Thanks for being here. I can't see your comments, so. All right. All right, so this card shows a man holding two roses, a red and a white. So he is indicating the balance of passion and purity. At his feet, there are yellow roses of healing and creativity. This is the king of love, a man who's balanced and well-rounded. So when he appears, it indicates that a potential union could be at hand, either a friendship, business, or romance. Whether this is a new relationship or the blossoming of an old one, this man brings tender-hearted and thoughtful support. Aw, sounds like my husband. So he is also someone who could be helpful in your personal life, especially where home or family issues are concerned. So whether this is you or another person, the role of husband or father is now opening to create a happy home and family. So this also lets you know that you're ready to stand up for yourself and take loving but considered action on your own behalf. It's a time of increasing love and compassion, which always starts within. Again, there's that within. So you are the king of family, home, and community. Feel a sense of care swell within you. What would you like to bring to the world around you now? Is it going to be love and support and caring without being trampled over, and having an inner strength with it? Or is it going to be dominance and superiority? I don't think we want that. I think we're sick of that. We're sick of all of this up and down, ebbing and flowing, and peaking and peaks and valleys in our emotions right now, right? Because of, I mean, you might be quite sweet with your life and how things are going, then someone comes along with their drama and blah, 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 just poos all over everything. And you're like, well, I was fine this morning, and now I've got all this to deal with. Thank you, you know. We have to remain this way, but I feel whilst it's really amazing to be super sensitive and all that sort of stuff, you've got to make sure that you're not absorbing either. Make sure that you're highly protected and that you're working on your inner strength all of the time. These are things that we're focusing on for the month of September. People are not going to believe the changes that you've made to yourself. They're still going to sometimes, you know, when you first go through a healing, or, you know, you wake up or you have some kind of epiphany, people still think they can treat you the same old way. But you've changed, you know? So therefore, your circumstances, your friends, your situations all elevate. And it's really hard to lower your vibration to match someone. You need to get them to come up to you. And if they can't, it's not worth it, you know? So maybe some of us are also making a lot of different decisions right now too. And then we have the three of roses, which is the loving elementals. Very cute. Okay. Okay. Three of roses. So, although many people don't believe in the elementals, nature spirits of all kinds do exist, and they are now, or they have more power than they can be imagined. They live in the elements of earth, air, wind, and fire, and they're willing to share the guidance, well-being, and inspiration of the Akashic records that exist in the natural world. So this card is here to tell you that joy will soon be increasing. See? It also encourages you to remember to have fun, to bring more playfulness to your daily life. Laugh your head off if you can. Let yourself sing a little and laugh a lot. Call on the elementals to inspire you in this and in other areas. They are a font of fun and upliftment that can expand the joy in your life in great measure. So, feel yourself smile in the happy lightness of the being that these elementals bring. Every time you take a moment to do it, you open your heart to pure joy. The other thing is that our heart space is probably the most important area in your body, at least with traditional Chinese medicine, that really does govern the rest of your organs. So if your heart space is not strong, and or perhaps it's too strong, I tell you what, if you have too much heart energy, too much like ridiculousness of hyped up energy, like, you know, for example, someone with ADHD, I would say has too much heart energy. You know, that let's go, gotta do this, gotta do that, right? That can make you nuts. It can create insomnia and manic episodes. It can create palpitations and angina and all those sorts of things. And it really has a psychological factor to it. All right, so a lot of people that are diagnosed as ADHD, ADD, all of those deficit disorders or hyperactivity disorders, for example, generally have an overactive heart space. And this can be fixed very easily without going on another chemical which will create another attachment and a lowering of something in your system, right? So if there's too much heart energy, it can cause problems. And if there's not enough heart energy, you can become depressed and lethargic and, oh, I'm fatigued, oh, I've got fibromyalgia and I've got this and that and this issue. So it's got to be balanced. And then the rest of the organs are balanced. And that comes from a daily practice. Making sure you're in your place of receiving, you're in your protective, you're focusing on the positive. You don't need to ask questions about how, when, who, you know, all that sort of stuff. You're focusing on balance. You're eating foods that are connected with the heart space. And it may be something like red, you know, think of watermelon, okay? Think of apples, think of, well, basically fruits and vegetables, but you want the green and you want the reds in there. Right? You want some lotus flower. You want some teas that might be like that. This is a very balancing. I mean, I can go on about this sort of thing. I mean, we're going to be learning this in this different semesters that we're doing. But yeah, children that have this, they have an overactive heart space. They're still very, very connected to the divine, and it needs to be balanced. Because they're seeing all of their angels and stuff, and they're just talking and stuff. They're just, you know, really open. And it can cause, you know, when you're young, 3 or 4 years old, it can cause attachments that you didn't want to have happen. And then you're living with them and you think it's part of your normal reality. Anyway, this is what we're dealing with. Preparing for a new outlook and connecting in a different way. Love it. Okay. If you want to know more, you know where I am. All of my services and stuff are available still for a little while, of course. Want to be able to help you to get on your pathway. Or of course, hey, you can talk to one of my light leaders that are already got their websites and things going. They're out there working. They're ready to rock and roll. So they love it. They are confident in what they're doing. Poor things, it was kind of drilled into them what they had to do for some time, but they've got it all now and making great strides in places that they never thought they would be. So that's awesome. Okay. I'm also thinking about a surprise for you all coming up. I'm thinking about it first before I mention it. But it does have to do with the Academy. Okay, so I'm thinking about a surprise. All right. these are the Lenormand cards. So we're going to take a look at this. Now, the way that I'm going to take a look at this is, it is more focused on the world as a whole than on any one of us. Okay, so we want to know worldwide events in September 2022. Now, our main theme for this month is overturning. Overturning, things changing, flipping the other way. Whatever that means for you. All right? This is where we're going to start. I told you. And here comes the, look, this is the card of the fish and this is the card of the ship. Okay? Very, very prosperous energy has hit us straight away here. So, people are like, how can that be? Look at the state of things. Well, when you're positive, don't underestimate the power of the universe, remember? Right, so the fish with the ship is international sales, expansion, money coming from a different location, something with an import or export business. So your own business, retail, sales, that sort of thing. Thinking about this and that there's a lot of good luck around it. Or someone may contact you from overseas and say, hey, I've been watching for a while. Or I know you need help, or, you know. Okay, what else? This also means that because this is talking about international, like we just said, there's going to be a change. Okay, let's have a look about some more information here. Oh my God. There's definitely going to be a change. Okay. Oh. All right, so overturning. Okay, so a change, a turning of the key. This is karmic energy. This is large corporations, big tech, governments, IRS, Social Security, passport offices. What's the other one? Oh, like schools, colleges, all that sort of thing. Now, it's got a beautiful key next to it. This is a karmic key of our destiny. So what would our destiny be like with this? This is worldwide. This is a spiritual organization. And it could be about worldwide events or worldwide order or worldwide finances. Something coming in that is abundant here. This is not, so far, this doesn't have anything negative to say that there's going to be something bad that's going to occur that's going to cause us all to go into ruin or something. But there's something that is very karmic and spiritual and transforming about these guys coming up like this. So because these are touching, all right, I also want to have a look what the meanings of these are, right? Oh my God. Something's going to happen here. We're going to be so relieved. Okay, again, so this one with the fish is a consulate, an embassy, international trade, and commerce. All right. This one with the ship is immigration agencies, control towers, and airports. See how it changes the meaning? So we know that there's going to be something in the news about immigration agencies, control towers, something about airports. Okay, made some changes here. Remember, this is quite positive. And there's going to be something in the news about commerce, international trade, consulates and embassies, something coming. And it's karmic. It's opening, it's unlocking information. Now, what's going to make the measure here is whatever's coming after these cards. Oh my God. Okay. This has been coming for a while. We've been seeing that there's going to be whistleblowers and people coming forth about from all directions, not just, you know, I know people think about the Dems and the Republicans. It's really from all quarters. It's really from everywhere, right? Information, agencies. Maybe there is something with immigration or border control. Maybe there's something with Homeland Security coming out. Maybe there's something to do with different trades and things from other countries, right? All right, but whatever it is, I think someone says too much. This changes everything. This is a twist of fate. What else can we see about this big business here? All right, again, we're staying in this very, very loving vibration, right? We haven't got really anything to worry about. I think only you'd have something to worry about if you've got something to hide, right? If you've got something to hide, it's going to come out. So the tower, the mice are right there with the tower, right? Corporate losses, governmental fleecing. It's what it says in the book. The mice also with the key. So we'll take a look at that. Oh, is it the key? Yeah. The mice with the key. Spiritual, karmic, past life interferences. Okay, we're clearing that out right now. And then the heart and the, see, this is nervous anxiety. The heart and the mice. Overwhelming. A stressful energy here. Where it said. I gotta be careful what I say on here. No, I'm not really that careful though. I get away with a fair bit. Okay, so, all right, so we're still going to continue this along. Okay, so there's something that is causing a anxious or depressive energy. But however, with this beautiful energy, it's like we don't care. They want to spin a story to us worldwide. We're not listening anymore. Okay, what's next after this? See, the birds indicate news. And it's about our intuition, like our impulses, our emotions. See, this is emotional, right? It's all here with these emotions in these cards. Wow. All right, so these birds are here. Some cards have got I think there's a couple of different birds in this deck. So the birds with the mice, annoying conversations and negative talk. The birds with the moon, acting, singing, stage performances and movies. The birds and the heart, emotional conversations. Maybe there's a movie or something like that, something that stirs us or brings us more information, some kind of performance. Maybe that's what we've been having all this time. Okay. Wow. Okay. What else do we need to know? A movie about children. I know people don't want to think about it. Who does? But there are so many children that are in need of help right now. And maybe there's going to be some things that are exposing more about the children It's going to be, there's going to be a need for a lot of you to be healers, to understand things, understand this therapy, you know, in a much stronger way with the different traumas that may be coming forth. In some cases, there's going to be a social event here that is going to bring a lot of joy and new beginnings. All right. But emotionally, okay, this also shows an immaturity here and invitations here. So you want to be careful right now about the sort of things that you're going to. Like if you don't want to go to somewhere, you make sure you say no. But I feel like there's going to be something coming forth here, particularly about trafficking and things like this, child abuse. And I've felt this for a while. Okay. What else can we see? Okay. There is a couple of decisions that we will make here. And it involves a male. Or just humans, you know. Right, so the crossroads come up with, you know, it can also describe the arteries, believe it or not. Anyway, so the crossroads comes up with the male energy here. So this is someone who is in transition, is hesitant, is a negotiator. It can be someone that's open-minded as well, right? Because the crossroad can describe choices and decisions in your life, and people who can have unstable personalities. So this is a male with an unstable personality. You know, a father or someone who's supposed to look after people. Okay, we've got to have more information. What else do we need to know? What is this information about this person? People. What do we need to know? See, the information again comes to our house. This may be a broadcast. This may be something on the news here. Hang on, this is something on the news, comes to our house. It's of importance to people's households. Okay, all right, what's in the book? What's in the book? What's in the book? This could also be a negotiation and a real estate transaction, but what's in the book? Okay. They may be telling us we have to stay home again. Yeah, this may be, what's the word? It may be staying put, staying where you are in quarantine or something like that. It could come out that way. Again, this is just, and see everyone's in their home, right? But when you have an anchor which isn't moving and you have an anchor which isn't moving, the noise, you know, the news that comes may be about everybody staying put because there's some kind of crazy flu, whatever in the air again. All right, but let's take a look at this. I feel like we break free though. I really do. Don't think we're going to be put away again. Yeah. People are helping us here. And when you have the fox and the bear together, that's kind of interesting. Someone managing a situation. That makes sense, doesn't it? Where's this bear? Financial advisor and a manager. Telling us to stay put. All right. What else we got here? We're not listening though. I don't think we're going to get locked down again. They may want to. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But we can't get ourselves all worked up about it either. We cannot show trouble. Do you know what I mean? This can be about addictions as well for some people. We're not going to take it. If we're forced to do anything against our will, no. Okay. All right, keep going. What else can we say about this? What else is coming forth? Oh, there's the friggin' snake. Yep. They're going to say it's a health concern. And we're going to... Sadly, it's like somebody we think we can trust, but we don't. We can't. This is the card of the virus. And they may try to keep us, you know, down. However, we're not going to listen. We've done our healing here. More about this. Yep, this is health related. I'm telling you, that's what they're going to try to say. Okay. We need to be very, very vigilant right now. Okay? Have a set... Okay, so what you think inside your life, okay, how you live and how you're living it, right? It's almost like you need to have a really clear view, of what you will stand for, how much you're going to take, and a really clear view of what future you want, right? Because they are going to try to come out with some kind of contagious, sexually transmitted disease or sickness. And this is just what it says. You know, this is what it says with different combinations of cards, right? And the thing is here is that we're letting go, and there is an effective solution. Okay? There's an effective solution. And this is a helping hand. This is assistance. This is networking solutions. Working together on this. So yeah, the snake. Yeah, effective solutions. It can also talk about, the snake can talk about someone's weak morals. And this would be an older person with white grey hair. All right. Okay. So it's almost like it's hinting at it, okay? Because remember, this is about overturning this month. Overturning. Okay, so we get this letter of appreciation. Good luck is around us. Clouds are lifted. Yeah, we're not falling for this mental, you know, this is happening and that's happening. You know what? We're born into these things. You know, things have been around us our whole lives. And we have to let our inner strengths and immunities kick in. There's the feminine help. Yeah, see, it's going to be okay. You got a positive vibration coming over the entire reading now. So there may just be hints at lockdowns or hints at these transmissions of these diseases and stuff. And or you might have to be, you know, back to covering up or isolating again. We're just not, we can't go back to that. Look, change is here. Change is here, and intuitively, this is very healing as well. intuitively we know what this change brings for us. Okay. Look, comes the information. It's very, very strong information. It's very powerful information. And there's a complete finish to the BS with these two cards together. Okay, I'm going to read from the book. Termination, resignation, giving up. It's the end. Okay, it's the end. We hear about it. It's the end of the situation. The whole thing is going to finish. Because it really depends on how we react to the, when there's this BS that comes out again and everyone starts, are they going to get scared again? Or are people like, nah, I'll take my chances. So this is news. This is a rupture. This is a change, a separation. Okay. Then you've got these two together. The horseman and the coffin together. And that's important changes. Transition periods. Condolences. Like people are sorry for what's happened. A little bit too late. I've lost my father. My husband's lost his mother. Lost many people through this whole nightmare. So then you have the cross as well, which it's painful news to hear this. This is ending, and it's like we're finally, able to breathe, kind of thing. But it's still painful because of what we've all been through together. This is what we've all experienced together, and then nearly 3 years of it, right? Coming on, and this and that, and he said, she said, and that fighting and this fighting, and people don't believe this, but they believe that, and then they believe that, and then they don't believe that, and then this is coming and that. Oh, you should do this and you should do that. People should mind their own business, really. And then we'd all be happy because we can all do whatever the hell we want. All right, so I'm just going to summing it up. That's pretty clear. I used every single card in the deck. On a spiritual level, I already know the timelines for those that are awakened. We're all focusing on what's coming in. It's going to be glorious. But I know others are purposely fear-mongering. Purposely. All right. Can we get some clarity just to finish off this reading today? See? It's an ending to this painful situation. And also because this is represented by organizations that are focused on religious stuff, whether it's in schools or anywhere, then this is also something that's going to have spiritual ramifications for those who are constricting humanity, who are doing wrong while preaching that they're doing right. Remember, this is all about overturning this month. I try not to do any kind of big predictions because you look like a fool when it doesn't come in, because people change their mind or situations change. But I stick to my feelings. And we do not want to get involved in these things that are coming up. We don't want to get fighting. Okay, see this? See, this has come up again. This is sexual abuse. This is, oh my God. Aggressiveness as well can come up here. With this and the scythe together like that. Oh my Lord. Child surgery. Now the whip and the scythe together. Something cancelled. Terminated. restrained. There can even be an accident here with these coming up. All right. Oy, oy, oy. Sometimes it just tells you right out, right? More clarity. It's just going to tell us the same thing. Then we know. Look, we're abundant. Look, everything changes. You see, this is change, transition, forward movement. Like they're flying, they're moving forward, they're running, they're free. People are free. Okay. Look. Ships coming in. Look. Oh my God. See, overseas information. There it is. And it's going to bring us these changes. And we're not going to like all of them, you know, but something's happening at least. All right? It just constantly. Maybe we're going to find out about some shady dealings overseas. Look. It's this guy. This guy's trying to make a commitment. What's this guy's issue? He's trying to make a commitment to us, and he works in a tower position, which is governments. And, you know, I've already talked about it. Oh, my God. Yep, so changes in our home, okay? Yeah, it's an older guy with grey hair. He's trying to make changes here. He's trying to make promises to us that he can't keep. We've seen how that worked. None of them would do the right thing. None of them care about anybody but themselves. That's all changing. Comes information, information, information. It's flying in. Information, 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 information. Oh my God. Good luck. Information. And it makes us all like, oh, we can't believe it's happening. We're like, oh my God, here we go. Here we go. It creates choices and stability. Definite changes. Everything transitioning. There's the health. See, they're going to try to say that there's some other pox. I bet. Oh my God. But we know that we know intuitively that it's not. It's someone who's a fox, you know, someone who's just trying to cause an issue. They think they're clever. You see how this always makes its own way? Like it always comes back. The positive, the abundance. Doesn't matter what they try to do. There's the feminine. She helps lift all of this. It must be a feminine energy that's come forth to bring the commitment to us, to bring the healing energy vibration, to bring, where is it? The sun was here a second ago. There it is. You know, to bring the sun or the warmth into our life. It's crazy. And when we go through the key of destiny, oh my. We're going to be so grateful for this to be completely changed. There's a way around this whole thing. We all know what that is. Okay? Try your best. I really try not to look at any type of news. Like if someone sends me something or whatever, I'll listen to it or whatever. But I don't want to sit listening to, oh, this and this and this inside this and that. I can't listen to it. I have to remain focused on my forward movement, right? That's the most important thing. But many people are concerned about the world ending or something. No. I feel like the light's already won. And what we're seeing right now is so bizarre and so ridiculous. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. You've got to admit it's kind of ridiculous. So far-fetched. 10 years ago, we would have laughed at someone if they told us this. Right? So ridiculous. And it continues. If you know, for example, money had been allocated correctly to the peoples, we'd all be sitting pretty good right now. But it was all just billions given to one particular place. How come? When their own people in every country are suffering. And if someone did the mathematics and said the amount of money that was sent from the USA over to you know where, starts with a U, okay? The amount of money that was sent, if every mother in the United States was given a share, they would get something like $96,000 per mother. You see? When you have our own people in desperate situations. There's a place, oh God, is it Jacksonville? Completely out of water. Here in the United States. And nothing's been given, no help. Not that I've heard. And there's some pretty strange situations going on. But if we look at the bigger picture, it's almost like you have to kind of see it all in order to believe it, in order to fight against it, in order to be annoyed about it. Otherwise, if someone said, yeah, well, this is happening, you'd be like, yeah, okay. I don't think so. It's almost like people have to see things to believe it, right? Anyway. It's all been building momentum since the start of the year. You know, we've all been feeling it. This change. We've all been feeling the clean sweep, right? Set your intentions today because it's the first of the month. And I just want to finish with an angel message, I really reckon. Where's my angel cards? Yeah, we just want to finish with an angel message. I can't wait to have, you know, my dragon cards and all those sorts of things. Publications, right? Archangels of Beginnings right here. Okay, Domino Angels, let's go. Last message. Angels are fun. See, they're trying to keep us lighthearted. Don't worry about nothing. And Angel Haniel, great news is coming in. Okay, birth of a baby, new job. It's all happening. Remaining really positive. Archangels of Beginnings just came up. There we go. We are making our decisions. We are making our own choices here. And what we're going to put up with, what we're going to take, what we're going to listen to, what we're not. The idea is if you move forward with your protection and your strength and your self-preservation and you're just doing the right thing and holding your intentions high, you will be rewarded, you will be safe, and you will move forward with your abilities. You will be okay. If you give in to the fear and if you give in to stress and if you have excuses for yourself and all this sort of thing, then that is also what you will see around you, and you don't want to do that. Okay? Stay with things that are giving you positive reinforcements of the truth of who you are. The month of September is all about overturning. This could be anything for you. A loss becomes a win, right? The ending of something becomes a beginning. Overturning. Information coming out. People trying to control us and we're not taking it. People trying to keep us in the fear and we're not going to listen. This is truly a month of standing up and in your own way and with your own energy, right? Of listening to your own truth and giving yourself that particular gift. It's really important that you grasp it, that you know that you're in control of your own future, okay? And it starts now. It has to start now. I'm going to come up with some other videos during the week for the Gong Hee Fot Choi divination system and the Nostradamus reading on its own, because I feel that needs its own space. If you want to watch it, you can. Coming up here pretty soon. All right. So I'm sending you many, many blessings. Look, thanks for coming in. This wasn't supposed to be live, but it ended up being live. I will talk to you all really, really soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.